Hello and welcome to the Trade Ideas Market Recap for Wednesday, November the 19th. My name is Barry Anderson. I'm the moderator of the trading room. This is the address to get into the room, and you can log in with your Facebook or your Twitter account. Well, today was FOMC Minute Day at 2 p.m. and if you've followed my videos, you know I really don't like trading today on the FOMC Minutes Day. Usually the day can be very slow. You might get a little activity in the first couple hours, and after that it can kind of meander around until 2 p.m. and then all of a sudden you get all the fireworks, but even after that it can be a little erratic to trade. But actually, today I actually saw quite a few bounces. In fact, too many. Let me just bring in my bounce alerts here, and there are actually way too many for me to have followed. Um, I was able to actually only get pick one of them that worked not too badly, and some like SNCR I missed completely. I mean, I saw it, but it just ran from me, and it was a tremendous one. But that's okay. I mean, them's the breaks, and you just have to go with the flow on days like today. And again, today was actually a day where there was a fair amount of activity, even leading right up to the FOMC. So let's see what I did do. And VZ, my Canadian friends, VZ. Let me just get to the 5-minute chart. This will look a little bit different. There we go. So you can see here. I wonder, did this come on my bounce alerts? I probably did. Yes, right here at 9:37. A little early for me, and I actually said that in the room. I don't really like trading that early. And if I do take a trade that early, it's got to work really quickly. It's almost got to. You see how this collapsed? It's almost got to see. I have to see a few candles like almost the reverse, maybe making it right back to here really quickly. So like a wild whippy one. And when it doesn't do that, then I usually exit the trade pretty quickly. And that's what I did. I got into the trade here at 50.53 on this green candle. And I exited, made it up here. And then on this candle, as it started coming down, I exited at 50.58. And this stock has, it's just sort of drifted down all day. So, obviously a good exit, but really nothing happening with Verizon. The next one was let me make sure I type this in, AMCN. And now this one came from my, no, that's not good. Let me just bring back there we go. This one came back from my new alert strategy that I'm still working on. I know I keep saying that, but here's the problem. I mean, it's too mixed right now. I mean, anybody can say that a strategy works if they cherry pick the ones that only work. So if you've got 20 alerts and 10 work great, yeah, you can say, I have a great strategy. But what about the other 10? Like, how do you know not to take the other 10? And I'm still at that stage where I don't quite know. But the ones that work quite well. The ones that don't work, and that may be the trade-off. The ones that don't work, I guess if I put a tight enough stop on it, take them all, put a tight enough stop on the ones that don't work, and so I'm out for a small loss on those, and then take the ones that do work, and hopefully ride them. But it's to me it's still a little bit too hit and miss. So AMCN actually came in at 259, 945 at, no, let's look at to the, no, I'm not in the right stock here. Let me, AMCN. Here we go. So AMCN came in right here at 945 at 259. And I'd already watched a couple before that take off without me. And the other thing is that if I take a look at the daily chart for this, I think you're going to see that yeah, you see it had a good day yesterday. It's had 3 up days. And yesterday kind of took away all this. So I knew that. I had seen it yesterday, and in fact I think it actually came on that alert around here, and I didn't do anything on it. And so I guess I was kind of bound and determined that I was going to act on this one today if I got the alert. So I did get the alert, got the alert right here, started moving up quite well. Got up to 274 from 263. But Let me see. Make sure have this right. Yeah, I ended up selling it right here on this candle. This was starting to come down. It was holding 270 for the or 270, 271, and it looked like it just was going to weaken. And I had seen another one of these small ones. I think it's a BDR or BDL or something like that. It's called Blood Tongue or some crazy name. And it was very similar to this one yesterday, and it all of a sudden really gave up the ghost. So I was a little worried that this could start to happen, and so I took the trade out right here. Happy because then you see it went down to 267, not, and it looked like it might continue down, and then it just reversed on me. I mean, it just completely reversed. But at the end of the day, it really didn't do that much. But I was a little ticked on this candle, thinking that it might have some good continuation, and that I got shaken out here. But overall, I mean, 264 to 270, not great, but I will probably keep watching this tomorrow just to see if there's any more activity. LEJU. Now this definitely, if I see if I can find it here, this was definitely a bounce play. And right here, 1020 at 1221. So where's 1221 is up in this area. So I was alerted to it right here, but it kept going down, down, down. I love that. I mean, people say to me, well, you indicated that this was a bounce play and at 1221, again, this is not a buy signal. It's just alerting me to the fact that I have some down candles. I have a stock that is moving down. I have an RSI, and it's a weak RSI. An RSI, I think my factor is under 20. So looking like it's in an oversold condition. But I will watch it then. And so when it keeps going down, I love it because that means that if it's going to bounce, I mean, if it bounced here, it could have gone up to here. Not bad. But if it bounces here and it can make up to here, not that it did, but obviously all the better. So I kept watching it and watching it. Now I can, I don't know. Maybe again, what I was saying is I had so many of these that I kind of took my eye off it because right here was probably the perfect entry, 1187. So I was a little ticked at myself for missing it, but I decided to take the trade when it broke through the whole number at 1208 and took a long time. It just didn't really do anything for a while, but then got up to 1231 and actually a high. The high was a little higher than that. I think 1237 I got it up to, and I took half the trade out at 1231, and I don't have it marked here, but I took the other half at let's see, I think I took it at 12. Yeah, I took it at 1219 right in this area here. So not a bad trade, but I mean, I really should have been in here with a fairly, let's see, 1168, 1184. It's a fairly tight, a wide stop for this price of a stock, but still, this was the entry and I kind of missed it. So semi-revenge trade. Okay, I also want to point out one trade. I did not get into this one, but tremendous call by one of our posters, Dennis. And he alerted us to rent right here, right at $75. And we had all sorts of time to get into it. Remember, these are 5-minute candles. So 1, 2, 3. So probably about 20 minutes. We're just kind of held at 75, just around that area. And then, boy, this candle just jump started it. And I know he didn't stay in it all the way up to here, but what a great trade. I mean, we're talking from about $75. And quite frankly, you might have taken a little out here, but that's a $2.50. And then if you'd maybe taken half out there, and then maybe the other half here, you're talking $5. So that was just a tremendous spot by Dennis. I actually have I don't want to call it a strategy, but a top list that is showing me stocks that are up or down by $2. So it's a dollar amount, not on a percentage amount. This one wasn't on my list because it was under 100,000 shares, I think, at the time, or 200,000. I think I had 200,000, but I've since changed that now. So I'll be watching stocks like this tomorrow. Anything that's $2 down and at least 100,000 shares traded, I want to see them because I mean these have the tremendous bounce opportunities. I mean this was way over. This was. I mean, 211 right now, so this was about $7 or $8 down. So great trade by him. My last trade was CYBX. And I can see it bounce a little bit back. Again, this was on the bounce alerts and kind of a late trade for me. I don't usually hear, well, it's 220 when I had the alert, 49.29, so or 49.21. So right in this area here, you can see the candles coming down. Started watching it, watching it, watching it. Sorry, I didn't mark this up, but I did get into the trade at 48.87. So I got in right, come on. Wow, you get the idea. Right here, moved up, and I actually said in the room, sort of, this is the moment of truth because I don't usually like taking trades just below the whole number unless it's solid consolidation and then maybe a pop through it. But I decided to take this just to see what would happen, put a tight stop on it, and I did get stopped out at 48.82. Again, I'm sorry I didn't mark this up, but I got stopped out right there on this candle there. Now see it has come back up. Now, if this it's 303 right now. This is the type of thing now which if it were earlier on in the day, and you know what? I'm going to be wrapping this video up pretty soon. I'm going to watch this. If this actually does go through 49, there's a good chance that I'm going to take this trade because it's had its little jogging around this area, and then if we get some activity, get it through 49, I'll probably take the trade for a late day or just to see what happens. And the only other one, I am in a mini swing. Let's see, how am I doing? Not great. This is an IPO today. Second Sight Medical Products, eyes. I guess they have some kind of a device that can, people are calling it a cure for blindness and all. I think that's probably overstating it, stepping it, but it has something to do with maybe corneal transplants. I'm not 100% sure. I have not read the news on it, but there's going to be probably a lot of excitement about this stock for a bit anyway. I think the IPO was at 9. So, I mean, this really is at 20 right now. So, I'm in at, I think I'm in at 21 to 40 or something like that, but I don't have very many shares. So, and I actually said my stop was 0. I mean, so I'm not too concerned about what it's doing right now, but, should be watching it for the next few days and see what happens. All right, that's it. Let me just bring back the cover page. Here's the address to get into the room, and I hope to see you in the trading room tomorrow. The room is starting to get, we're starting to get more and more people into the room, and we have a lot of great traders there. So I really encourage you to come on in. Thank you very much.